Hello, welcome to the MRO show, presented by Chadwell Supply. I'm your host, Rebecca Wagner. Chadwell Supply is 100% dedicated to the multifamily industry. Your order is on our truck, delivered the next day. Learn more at chadwellsupply.com. I'm excited to introduce to you today Rachel Palmer from American Landmark. Welcome,
Hello.
Rachel.
Thank you.
We're so glad you're here.
Thank you for asking me to be here.
So everyone in multifamily has a little bit of a story of how they got here. Can you tell us a little bit about yours?
Yes, actually, I don't think we all set out to be in property management. I think that's just where we land, right? So I was looking for discounted rent because I was broke student, and it swallowed me. It just captured me, and I mean, the rest is history. I've been with Joe at American Landmark for almost 20 years. So
How many? I'm sorry?
almost 20.
20 years. That's amazing.
Yeah. I measure it by when I was pregnant with my son, who's now 23.
So there we go. That's the gauge.
That's the gauge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, for multifamily operators concerned about skill or labor gaps with their team, what is the first step they should take?
It's complex nowadays, right? Because things are generational. I think that if we, in myself included, I think I have to hire for potential, because sometimes skill is just it's not what it used to be, right? But if you have people who are dedicated and you have people with the willingness to learn, I think sometimes those bare canvases will work out. Not every property can have a bare canvas, right? Because you're just dealing with one thing after another. But if you have the passion, then I think the rest will follow.
I could not agree with you more. I will hire over attitude versus skill almost every time. So I agree. Some have implied that the workforce gap is generational, that younger people just don't have know how to do the job or know how to do the skills or have the skills. What's your perspective on that?
I think we have made generational a bad word.
Okay. Expand.
And I think I have been part of that problem.
Okay.
You know, having millennial Gen Z kids, we have set the tone for them to make life easy. Okay. So when we put them out in the workforce, they're expecting life to be easy because they're learning what they're taught. Right. But in that same sense, situations can be easy, but life doesn't have to be easy. Life has to have challenges, and just being real with those conversations with them, I think is really important.
Right.
And also, I think we have to meet them where they're at as well. As much as we dislike it, and we're in our old-fashioned Gen Z or Gen X days,
right?
We do have to meet them where they're at, because they will become the richest generation because they have maneuvered on how to figure things out.
Right.
So I think that if we meet them halfway, and it can be glorious, and you pour into them some of our old ways and then also adapt to some of their new ways of working smarter, not harder.
Right.
I think we can learn from them too. But we have to be open to that as well.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. What could a property manager or a maintenance supervisor do if some or many of the candidates that are coming in for work, they're just lacking those key skills?
I think you have to revert back to the first question, which was, do they have the passion to learn? And is your property one of those properties where you can create that bench strength, right? And so if you have those leaders in place to do that, you will not see a glitch in production.
Right.
Yeah.
So kind of taking the time to build up those training and investing in that person that's willing to learn.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly. I mean, if it also depends on your business. Are you a checklist manager or are you a business manager?
Right.
So
I love that phrase. Are you a checklist manager or are you a business manager?
Yeah.
That's making me self-reflect. That's fantastic. I need to think about that.
Well, that's how I got there.
Right. That was awesome. Okay. So what are some creative or innovative ways that that you've heard of leaders bridging that workforce gap? How can we do that? How can we become better, not checklist managers, but
train your expectation?
Yeah.
Go in the field. I mean, there's never going to be a lackluster for in-person training. We can have Zooms all day, but like when Dana and Drew go out and train, those people are left with a fire that just got ignited. And if you're not igniting them, then they're not going to want to be there. You are transient to them. You are not their ending point. You are their starting point, which is okay. because we will leave better than we found you. But it starts with the training and creating that bench strength. I am a product of promotion within American Landmark, leasing, assistant, manager, regional. And so it pays to invest in your people. And if you're not investing in your people, then you get what you get and you don't throw a fit.
Good phrase. So how can you foster that culture of learning and teaching career-minded individuals how to continue?
It starts with us.
Yeah.
It starts with us, because we can sit here and say we want all these things, but we also have to roll up our sleeves and demonstrate it too, right? And that just doesn't mean in the vicinity of our industrial walls. That's for example, if I want my child to be a better person, she's going to watch me. I'm going to volunteer. I'm going to do community service. I'm going to do all these things. People will do the same. If you show fear, they will absorb your fear. You show confidence, they will exude your confidence. So I think it's all about setting the tone, setting the example, and the execution. Because what do they say? That saying is, words without action is just manipulation. So I think that we can say all these things, but we also have to want and execute.
Right. That difference between a leader and a boss, right? Like a leader showing you how, they're doing it with you, they're on the ground, and the boss is up there pointing, saying, go, go, go.
But also the employee has to be able to take that criticism, right? Because we all say we want it, but then when we hear it, ooh, that hurt, that stung a little bit. And that's okay. Yeah. Because everything is not rainbows and flowers and everything every day. But it's okay that it stings. And if it resonated, let's reflect on it. And that's okay. It's okay to say, Rachel, you know what? That really stung. And then maybe I have to check myself on how I deliver that message, right? I've had to do that several times. And, with ChatGPT, you can do it now.
Right.
It'll do it for you.
But you're also humbling yourself enough to take that feedback and become better. And they're watching that.
Yeah.
Which then in turn, they can go, I can take that feedback and make myself better.
Right.
So that's huge.
But you have to be open to do that. Because a lot of people want to be like, it was done to me. It was done to me. Or defensive, and just absorb it. You don't have to agree with it, but just absorb it, because you did not mean to come off that way. You did not mean to say it that way, but it's how it happened. But we are very good at, most people are very good at expressing anger, but not expressing resolution.
Do you have any other thoughts or anything that you would want to share with our listeners today?
Oh my goodness. I don't know if I would have anything profound to say, but
you'd be surprised.
We
have a pretty amazing career track.
we have a pretty amazing industry, and we've produced a lot of great individuals that are out there that have been promoted. And it's just, if I can say anything, just pour into your team, see what fills their cup, and just look at the business, as we all are pretty much for profit, but there's also the human side of that we tend to forget. Don't let greed supersede the need.
That's a fantastic way to close our segment today. Yeah. I just want to thank you so much for taking the time and being on the MRO show. And thank you for joining the MRO show. If you enjoyed this episode, please rate us 5 stars on your favorite podcast channel and service. And for more, check out the MRO show, chadwellsupply.com/podcast. Thanks, Rachel.
Thank you.